Here, Golden Boy.
Very rough situation to be in here, but Zextro now looking to engage in this one. Potentially here's gonna have. We're gonna go over to his POV now. Kind of get it's a little wild, man. It's like just getting the bearings all together here. I think for the players as well, that moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they gonna do? How are they gonna just implement their strategy going into the next game? What is that strategy going to be? Do you mix it up? Do you change your drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now Scram looking to be potentially in a world of hurt here. We heard from Nix, PFZin earlier on. This is the Brazilian duo. I don't think they know that they're going to be on the hunt for him, so they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Yeah, and if you were in the players' lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified, and they qualified with heavy elimination. Nix especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the, for the weekend.
He was at it each and every week. You constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so impressive, and also qualified for solo, so we'll be seeing Nix tomorrow. And then you got Scram. He's got 2 eliminations, and he's just hiding this one out. He hears them making all that ruckus, all the noise around him, and Scram just does not want to give up his position. Perhaps he grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's maybe looking for that play. But Nix and PFZin, they have to have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
Yeah, he does not want to give up his position here. He's actually just hiding in the basement right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like dust in the wind right here. As Nix and PFZin, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo, kind of loop their way through and make their way to the zone soon.
And loop they definitely will, because they're getting a lot of resources out of this. Over in the distance, he's going to be out of there. Now we're making our way over to the action. It's happening with 7S and 7. Space and Crim now looking to push on for this fight here, potentially. Got some shots going off. Crim is going to play that overlook position, getting challenged there, and try to use that advantage from the download, a little bit of that right hand, right? Just see if we can get a peek in there. Does get tagged up, Crim. Guy does back away there, does manage to build out. Spades is going to force him out. There you go. So they're just right now playing for that positioning, and I like the fact that they're using these the natural high grounds, right? Get to the top, hold it down. Don't really focus too much on just trying to get in their face quite yet. Give yourself that moment of opportunity and really get a lay of the land, and then going for the engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponents, really force them into, very weird situations like this, force the 1v1s, and hopefully get those free shots, and then pursue the push here. So again, look, Spades and Crims are doing a great job here pressuring and isolating their opponents right now, and so far they're definitely dictating the pace of battle here.
Yeah,
that's what they want to continue to do.
They're suffocating them, plain and simple, right? Not let them get any kind of movement there. Jam side and 7S and K7. They're looking, they're having a conversation of what the play is. What is the movement going to be? But Crims and Spades are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims managing to knock down Jam side. He's looking for 7S and K7 around the corner, and that's going to be the elimination registered. Both players going to be out of there. And a big win there for Crimson Spades.
What a clean push right there. Crimson Spades have so much to prove here, because when they qualified, they were kind of down on like, wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals. But now, hopping back with Miz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one, came out top 10. They're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of elimination. Not necessarily picking up too many points. They're heavily dependent on just piping up these players at these points of interest, and looks like Lucky Land is theirs right now.
They'll have that, but let's see. Linger about it. I'm also, I love the fact that to this there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle advantage right there, so you don't got to worry too much. You can focus on looting. The background has been lost though. Miz needs to be careful. Where's Daedra? Right next to him. Trying to get these angles.
They have to stick together. Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent, catch a nice little low ground peak right here? Low ground is definitely underrated. If you can kind of peek out, catch a big shot, you're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game. But you know better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning. And maybe some overzealous players get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo along with Wishy.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here. So he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot. What they're going to do is it's just a nice standoff.
Yeah, and that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very cautious about what they want to do. They are not trying to get too aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Millions in prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out of the line. Savo's going to be putting shots down. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 remaining. It's just a hope and a prayer. But unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Isn't going to happen for him either. And he's building it. That's what the true Eden is doing.
I love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points. Smirky. Feels so good.
It's really good. It feels really good. And then Volks and Parpy. And look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that was actually got a high inspiring Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying rounds. They had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify for one of the weekends. Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to Game 1. They had a great Game 1. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through the end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolfie's a very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun of players that look to get a safe approach to this game, and others that just want to take early fights, get some points early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get late game this game, rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims and then maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Games 1 and 2, we were at what, like circle 5? Or, yeah, circle 5, I think. We were sitting at like 45, 46 players, just waiting for movement.
Yeah, and that's where that storm surge kicks in, right? Does damage to players. That's feeling back. Druid Chapels, one of my picks to watch. Had sort of been struggling in the format so far. I guess when the real pressure's on, the environment shifts, right? Everything changes.
That's right. Everything changes here, and Crew does manage to get that shot out. Attempted to with that tactical shot. Was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put here the player to have to back away. Both players, as well, respecting the space from one another. The singles come out. Crew and Chapix having to get out of there, and they're going to use those, I believe, the shockwave nades to just fly on out of there. Didn't see the purple over their bodies there, but they were able to fly on out of that fight.
Respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened. They need big performances. They have to push toward placement and end game. So good on them to kind of back up. And when you have stinkers, there's no defense against it. You get chunked down right through your build. It really is annoying to go against. And speaking about the stinkers here, Epic Whale's under pressure right now. That's just going to chunk him down, force him off of the campfire. We'll see if he returns to it. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale, along with 40R Storm. This is a Week 10 qualified duo. Last moment you can possibly have it happen, and they managed to pull it off. Maybe this could be the game for them. Another dominating duo in the scene, Airwalk and Nikov. Airwalk winning the Pro-Am yesterday 2 times now. This is a whole new ball game. Best players in the world in this lobby. It's not going to be a cakewalk, and he knows that. It hasn't been the best run thus far for Airwatchnikov.
It was their last final games there. Notice the text right there. The fast track Airwatchnikov qualified for the Fortnite World Cup in their final 7 games. That was intense. They were struggling so close on the cusp every single weekend, so close to qualifying. It was 5 placements, they were 6 or something like that. It was that close to it. Jumping in here, Crew is going to put some pressure down, and it looks like his teammate has been turned out as well. He's already gone.
Also going to see some eliminations over in the feed as well. You got Crew who just cleaned up on Volks, but Septic took out the end. And then I think I saw XSM pop up there on the receiving end of a shot there, so we'll be out of the as well. Crew by himself has 1 elimination. Going to be looking to get as many points as possible. Now we're going to be sitting with 40 duos left alive, going into the next circle here in just a little bit. It's going to start to collapse. Salty Springs is going to be the point of interest for all of our players here. Got a lot of bodies that are going to be lingering outside. Some that are even as far out as Dusty Divot, like on the north round there. So maybe trying to get some last-minute loot, perhaps. We'll have to see.
Here is Parpy looking for that peak. Volks and Parpy always tend to stay together, but wait a second, that was a tricky little shockwave right there. He did try to sneak his way into the build. He takes the wall. What are you going to do with it? Crew's still looking for the replacement here. He gets it on land, takes the wall. 184! Crew's excitement, you can feel it from here. That was a huge shot. With the new tactical shotgun, the legendary.
That's right. When you're feeling it, man. He went right for the fight. Ambitious, the young player there from Sweden, 15 years of age, man, and he's playing for millions of dollars. So many of these players, they're just young ones. We have a lot of young fans here in the arena today. Maybe next. All right, so back into the action at hand. We're going to have 36 duos left in this. Notable names, obviously, Mega and Dubs. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage. A lot of people in the crowd popped for Benji Fishy when he walked out, as well as Mr. Savage. For due reason, this is a stupendous duo. The double snipe combination from Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage.
Big shot right there. These double snipes, you gotta be careful. There's no standing still in a box here because you might eat one right there. They line up another.
Right.
Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want to be dealing damage. You cannot stay idle. There are no free passes at the World Cup.
Look what happened in game 1, man. The Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Quexy left quick on the move. Rocks right behind him. Cooler organization. Benji Fishy's going to be down. Just saw that one off on the side. Mr. Savage now having to deal with a player that had engaged on him. Going to get built above. He just needs to wait this one out here, but Benji does get cleaned up. And that was going to be Fwexy.
And that was such a sneaky ambush right there. He used the shadow bomb, pushed up. Notice Benji was kind of over-peeking, harassing players with that sniper. You can't hold down scope right there. He shot him to the face, and that's why Benji goes down. And I love what Savage did here. He just went for high ground. He had to immediately get out of there and leave his duo behind. So what can Mr. Savage do? One of the best players here today. What can he do by himself?
Not going to be easy. Not with a lobby like this. At this point in time, he's looking to play the keep away game. Maybe can heavy sniper get elimination for himself. They only have 1 point right now. They're nowhere near getting currently. He's still looking to harass the players. Put some pressure on them. Now you see that half in, half off the ball. 2 tools are going to be inside of there. So everyone's going to have to start to move over to that east side. It's going to be a struggle for so many players. They're starting to make the moves right now. They want to try and prevent the players from getting inside.
This is the team we want to watch right now during this rotation. Mongrel and Mitro, they are masters at executing, especially when they have mobility like this to cut across the field. They are on the hunt right now. There's no reason for them to rush. Once they spot out someone, they're gonna pounce. They're gonna jump on that target.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for you to make that mistake. And with the nerves at an all-time high here, players are certainly going to make that error in judgment. Saw it happen in series. We're looking at players just getting warmed up. So much at stake here, but there's a launch pad. It's going to go out now. You need to be wary of getting beamed in the sky. So many times you think that you're just going to be sailing away with no problem, not a care in the world, and then you just end up losing all of your shields, all of your HP, and then that's it. You're done.
I've seen it countless number of times. People tweet out, you know, you fly across, you get taken out the sky, but it's all about timing. Neither Mitro or Mongrel were shot once on that rotation, and it was massively done right there. And whoa, it looks like they're tracking so beautifully. Someone kind of rotate on by in the shadow bomb, but that was not enough.
You were not safe from the shadows there, buddy. Another thing, too, was that when they were out of position for a brief moment, the way that they were able to just get back together, right? That patience with one another, the communication, you need to have it when you're getting down to these final moments. 25 duos are going to still be standing here. You got Calculator and Macwood. They're going to have that high ground up above. They shouldn't be comfortable just yet, because anything can happen here. Look at where that next circle is going to be going. Moves need to be made.
With that RPG, I mean, they can basically take high ground at any given moment that they want nor choose. Calculator looking around, already on 4 eliminations for Macwood. Macwood did say he's the fragger of the duo. We'll see if Calculator can keep up right now. I am just poking good fun because Calculator loves to talk a big game on the social medias.
He really does, man. He's a character without a doubt. But right now, there's no fun and games to be had. This is game 3 of the Fortnite World Cup Finals. A lot of these players.
Look at that, wasting no extra mats. They do not waste more than they have to.
This was earlier on. An elimination onto Mongrel and Mitro. There you have it. Out of the game once again. That duo, European powerhouse, going to pay there to Dubs and Mega.
So far, so good. Macwood again just holding this positioning right here. He is going to get blocked out of his teammate. Accidentally, but all good. This is still his ground to control right now. They have clear control of the skies here.
And they have a ton of builds to work with as well, Monster. 4 eliminations for Macwood. A great game for him thus far. That's 4 points for the duo, but he's going to be taking some shots. Has to be careful there. There you can see the label landmark.
Yes, the placement thresholds will be divvied out soon. There goes the Storm Surge already ringing down on players. Jay has to make a big move. Doesn't matter. Saint is going to let up right here. SP's going to go as well. And the shots are flying. And you can just look at the chaos that's going on in the mid-ground specifically.
And look who's still in this. Saf. They're going to be in first place. If they keep this going, another dominant game for them, another high-placing game could be the difference maker to keep them in that first place position. Up on the high ground, Calculator and Macwood putting down shots yet again, not giving players any moment to be comfortable whatsoever. Look at the names that are here, though. The Rockets now starting
To fly by Wolfie's. Wolfie's having to defend himself. Satan's going to be out of this one, so now it's going to be up to Saf. And Saf, he had to see his teammate go down, but his back's going to be to the storm there. Now looking at Mega, who's waiting this one out. He knows on the right side of the screen, you can see it down low, that these players, they're going to try and force their way into his box. So he has to play defense. He has to disengage. And there's Saf, who just lost his teammate Zafe. Now he's going to be running this one solo. And then up above, it's Macwood and Calculator. This whole time, they picked up 3 eliminations from that whole exchange, Monster.
That's exactly where you want to be. They're still putting the pressure down. And Zaf is looking for one, but it's Vinny who's going to take him out right there. So Vinny's going to find his first elimination, and he has so much health. He is in the game right now, although by himself because Zextro is down. And now Oslo, Bad Sniper, one of the few duos that are still left in this game right here. Arkham somehow, with a masterful rotation, he's still in as well. Bad Snipers at 11 eliminations for Oslo here.
Wow, unreal stuff. Bad Sniper is going to be out of this one. Macwood and Calculator still owning the high ground. On the mid, down below, Dubs and Mega, one of the premier duos here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Could they get the high ground and wrestle the control away from Calculator and Macwood? Oslo waiting for Vinny. You can see that engagement down low, but we got to focus on what's going on above here, because Macwood and Calculator, they have their eyes on Dubs and Mega, and they do not want to give them that freedom to dictate where they want to go. They want to try and pinch them. Arkrum just eliminated Vinny on that, and it's going to be Oslo and Arkrum down low, but you're going to have a clash of 2v2 in the high and in the mid ground, and Dubs and Mega feeling that pressure, needing to just dial back here, wait a minute, because I think what they're doing is that they're just trying to see if they're going to run out of builds. Potentially, I mean, right here certainly has just been defense, defense, defense.
Yes, that's right. Oslo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this fire so long as he doesn't bother them. But Dubs and Mega try to go for the high ground and make a fatal error. They fall to the low here, Golden Boy.
This isn't looking good there. Mega and Dubs, they have the low ground, the ultimate low ground. Oslo's going to be outside, but they get the elimination. Calculator and Macwood, they're holding the high ground, and that's the victory royale. Macwood pops off in game 3. 7 eliminations for him, 2 for Calculator, 9 total, plus the victory royale. 19 points for that duo. Crushed it.
There's just something about the loadout. Seeing that RPG once they already were holding the best point, the high ground. You just knew pressure, and that's what Macwood did there. What was it, 7 eliminations? Hey, shout out to Calculator too. He got a couple at the end.
Yeah, he had his back. Most importantly, Dubs and Mega constantly playing defense. Credit to Macwood and Calculator for the way that they continue to apply the pressure. And then it was the shock, sending them down low, forcing them into engagement. Credit to Oslo instantly, because maybe he can get a cheeky trap elimination. Work out for him there, but a top 3 placing for him. Certainly got to be happy with that. And then it came down to the final moment when Calculator and Macwood together were able to push his players in their combat shotties. Boom, that's the game. And look how happy they were there.
So good. Gotta love their reactions right there.
Whew. What a game that was. Had a little bit of a slow ramp up, you know, but that's what Fortnite will do to you. You're just talking and having a conversation about where the positioning is going to be, and then out of nowhere, boom, you're in the action, you're in the fight, and things start to get wild. Great game there for Macwood and Calculator. Calculator winning on the world stage, man. Look at that. Eat your heart out, Reddit.
I gotta say, you know, I'm sure he proved a lot of people wrong, and you have to respect it. Yeah. But Golden Boy, I want to see where we stand here.
Where are we right now? So at the top, it's still going to be Saf and Zate with 38 points. They have that victory royale from game 1 and 16 eliminations. Mega, Dubs, second place, looking pretty. No victory royales for them thus far. You saw Zextro, same thing, but it's and Macwood that jump up to 6th place. They have 22 points total, 12 eliminations in that game. We're finally
I want to take it one step further. Oslo jump up to 13 total eliminations. They didn't have anything up until this point. They just had one great pop-off game. Suddenly, they're in the running here. It is anyone's game in the top 10. You have to be consistent and aggressive. Here's those pop-off moments, and here's a look at page 2. Any of these guys are still in the running right now.
We got Bell and who've been wrestling out of the top 10. Japanese duo who had a premier game in game number 1. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage saw their demise earlier on. They're going to have 13 points there, but you saw the standings in game 3. These games are going to be so critical. Games 3 and 4 set that tone, because when you get into like game 5, a lot of players are going to be down low. Like, there's opportunity to try and get your way into that top 10 where you're really going to start to get a lot in the prizing. But for the folks that are going to be sitting in top 10 right now, they're going to be feeling very nice about their current standings. For game 3 to be in second place, Dubs and Mega, and then Saf and Zay still performing so well.
Thus far, you guys have a very calculated and very patient game, seemingly leading all the way up to the end of the end game. Right, walk me through your strategy for the end of the next 3 games.
Shoot them in the head.
Shoot them in the head. You heard it here first. Back to you, GV and Monster.
Calculator gets one opportunity to show the world his prowess and knowledge of Fortnite. He just says shoot them in.
Predator! No, the Terminator!
People, it's just that simple, and hey man, maybe he's just wired that way, right? We're all wired a little different. Calculator is got his head on his shoulders, and he's ready to just shoot things.
Yeah, but Macwood was the one doing a bulk of the shooting in that last game. 7 eliminations. You would expect let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But I think it's just important to note that to have teammates that necessary. That's what makes a lot of these duels so successful.
Yes, I mean, we've seen it from the start of every round. Some teams are just more aggressive than others.
A lot of great moments in that game, and good news for us is that we got Sundown.
Monster now. We talked about Safe and Zach. We just got to talk with Macwood and Calculator. But Dubs and Mega had an incredible game from the early into the mid that they transitioned into a top 3. So let's dive right on in and see what into the top 3.
Y'all stink.
Notice their elims in the bottom corner, but the rifle fired together.
What do you say, boy?
Able to pick up.
Go to bed.
Mega is the one who is leading the charge here.
Yeah, right.
Picks up all 4 of their first elims. You can see while we're putting down, and the trap is so intelligent. Double kicks going through.
Do you want to play a game after this?
Knowing the yellow is there, pushes in 2 more elims.
Wherever you are, no.
Dubs stays up with just barely enough HP, and you can see he's trying to trap the floor every single time. He gets the mid-ground control. 5th elim for Mega. We talked about how high their ceiling was, unfortunately using the shockwave to go down and end up at a low ground disadvantage. Calculator and Macwood able to ride it out, but now Mega and Dubs have pushed into that top 3, challenging to be the first ever World Championship duo. The team who has possibly the highest ceiling, full qualified solos and duos. The question is, in the last half, the last 3 games, will they be able to keep it up? Will NA stay on top? Will Serpent and Hype represent Oceania and upset the apple cart? I'm about ready to see some Hype myself. Let's throw it back inside for the last 3 games. Gentlemen, take it away.
Well, you want Hype? Got you covered, because these games have been incredible. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. We're in the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Game 3 just concluded. We had 3 different winners across 3 different games. This is our duos competition. These players are playing for a lot of money in prizing. so much on the line here. Lives will change forever after today for those players that are on the stage. Some of the folks you're seeing on your screen right now. And well, I would say in a different situations than they would find themselves in. You got Vinny and Still right there. Been still holding on to first place. It has been wild stuff. Welcome on Bold Boy alongside with Monster D-Face here. It's been a great game. Really, there's nothing more that you could possibly say about it. And as I had mentioned before, the pricing, the money that these guys are battling it out.
I'm not gonna be surprised if I get the last kill.
First place will take home $3 million. Second place gets $2.2 million. That's absurd. You get in the
4 millionaire duos before the weekend is over. Not to mention all the fame and clout that comes with it. So I think you'll be pretty well off at that point. But everyone's a winner here. We're here to celebrate all of the competitors that made it this far to the Fortnite World Cup final stage, because those 10 weekends of qualifications were not easy.
Yeah, when you get into 10th place, that's
do you want to play a game after this?
Really start to rack up the points. But game 4 now about to begin. Here we go, folks. Let's see who's going to come out on top. We've had 3 different winners, but our top performers have been consistent through and through. Are we going to see a repeat winner? Are we going to get a new one to add to the list? It's now time. The battle bus is loaded up. Let's start game 4.
And you know what? Every game so far, we've seen a new one. I love that. Same thing with the Pro-Am. There was always some new duo showing that, hey, we've been playing this game. We're ready to take a victory. Everyone here has the potential to come out on top, and you see it unfold in those final moments.
Over the weekend, we've been doing fans and talking to people, and a lot of folks have asked, who do you think would win? And that's a cop-out answer. I have no idea. It's up to them. This is a battle. They're going to be sitting in the top 10. I mean, how do you predict that?
We nearly saw it with Zay and Sal.
Yes, we win!
Anyone with good logic can clearly put their money on people that have experience, but even that is not enough, because Macwood and Copper don't even need that. We're here.
Mega, they're in second place. They made their up there playing on the stage. I was their age, that I was capable of doing something like that. And they're doing it, and they're doing it with style. And then, to make matters worse for everyone else in the server, they've been so consistent. Deadly.
Yeah, that's right. And they're in second place, no victory royale. So just showing that if you step to their box, you're gonna get hurt. We saw Mega with the masterful, and I mean beautiful performance under storm surge pressure. He didn't even blink an eye, still fighting other players, fighting his way out of that desperate situation. Volks and Parpy, let's just hop into this duo right here. We'll talk about him a little bit. They are known for sticking to the hip in PvP. Earlier today, we saw Volks get traded out, but it wasn't just like an easy trade. They were actually winning the engagement up until that point, just showing that they have the skill. And that's the OCE region, right? One of those feared regions here at the qualifiers. You just had to
we talked about players. I would ask them, and every time, if it was, you know, the NA trying to avoid OC.
I'm gonna get some coins with it.
And they just don't know who
you saw Scarlet and Bell in that first game. I truly thought they were going to take the whole thing. It was so
yesterday. Another top player finished second. I know it's a pro, obviously there's different competition there. He was just going into boxes. He didn't care. Not a care in the world for them. Now Volks and Parpy can find a player.
And we could have won points already, so that means there is no shield on that player. You can have up to 100 effective shield. That is dangerously weakened. Let's just keep
get the coins!
I don't know if he's slipped out already.
Get the coins!
My teammate. It's a little too risky getting split up here.
Playing with a late game in this situation. situation now, but 7SSK is
It
going to
doesn't matter if you die, just get coins.
Spades and Crimson seems like a constant for them. They cannot seem to win out on this fight. Crimson's going to be down though, so the advantage could be going in the favor of Janside and 7SSK.
13 coins, come on, we can do it.
1v2. Does he have what it takes to pull this one off? He doesn't own that wall. He has no more builds to work with as well. They're going to push out. Spades couldn't deal with it, and that's going to be the win there for those two.
You would think for Janside and SSK, like, hey, you know,
We need more coins, where are they?
haven't been successful. Do you mix it up? They say, nah, I'm going to stick to my guns here, because everyone's a winner, regardless.
VP boys coming out on top. 6 qualifiers for them. They just need that one game. So many of these players in that one game that catapults them into the top 10.
There's one coin that we missed somewhere.
The confidence starts to rise up. You think to yourself, I am capable of being able to do this.
Girl looking for it right here. Love this dual perspective right now. Mongo's actually looking for a side angle. He's going for the offense, pushing out. Is he tracking this player down? It's really hard to tell. They're getting into, really just going deeper into Neo Tilted. If you hang on the outskirts or by the slips, you're at huge risk for getting dived onto. It looks like they say, you know what, we're just going to continue to push.
One of the coins can spawn.
Those monsters are actually the trackers. They say, hey, you're going this way. Mongo still wants a piece of this.
Keeping up with where players are moving in crowded Neo Tilted.
Run, little bush. Yeah.
Tilted Towers, their home.
There's so much more. Yeah. I'll help you. I'm looking it up. No.
Talking to Aiden earlier.
I'm going the marshmallow around. Bye.
Whole different beast.
Don't leave. Don't leave.
Something that he really would want. You don't really see him going that way anymore.
Yeah, it's just a different lay of the land. Things start to shift, different comforts kind of tend to evolve and whatnot here. But we have Twiz in cover H looking for a push down right now, and they have the positioning, they have the high ground, and it's just a matter of, do we want to dive down? They don't want to give up their angle. They know this duo below them have a flint knock can do so much damage if you peek.
Is there any more coins we can get?
Minimal's gonna hit you for about 80.
Duo from New Zealand. We had a chance to talk to them for that piece, and great to see that friendship, the communication that they'll have with one another. Something that
it's okay.
Duos that came together for the Fortnite World Cup duos portion of the finals don't really have. They don't have that.
Yes, we won.
Let's go.
What happens?
I'm gonna add you, little
I
kid.
think there's 89
Is that
players
okay?
in the lobby and 48 duos, so a lot of disengages, a lot of solos out there right now. Keenstar and Hunter looking to defend themselves right now, and it's just a cat game right here, cat and mouse game. What are they going to do?
Great!
Let's go. They got
They
bad.
go. They're out. They're trying to get away. That was a shadow bomb right there.
Woo!
He's gone.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that duo that was coming in, but the storm is creeping up now. This is only phase 1. Nyx gets knocked by Zexro. Saw that in the elimination feed just a second ago. Item and Derox out in the wide open.
It looks like, actually, they saw Mend right there building by himself in a one poor wooden shack, and they're pushing.
and everyone watching them at home, and that is going to be one elimination through. I saw that one pop up. That's #1 for the duo. The challenge comes in, and that's the win there. 2 elims total. Twiz get the vote.
Tried to get out there and play the trap play, but it was not enough. 7 SSK and Jamside have rotated in from Paradise Found.
Oh no.
Oh no, down comes the build.
Oh no.
He should be close enough. Yeah, he is going to be able to catch himself, and a build battle goes off, Golden Boy.
Cover H is going to be down. Jamside, 7 SSK7. You're looking at Jam's perspective here. Going in for the fight, and after winning that one out, it's going to be Jam and 7 SSK7 that gets the better of the boys from New Zealand.
They found their stride coming into Game 4 so far, and that means they're in the running right now. 4 elims is enough to put you on just about page 2, top 20. We talked about it. You can make it to that top 20 bracket. You're still in the running so far because there are several more games left before this thing is over here. This calculator finds himself very high in the sky right here. He's got a nice little base. They're just waiting.
Yeah, waiting it out. Norwood's going to be beneath them. Oh no. Starting to hear the explosions, knocking him out.
Wow, he actually sent a shot when the explode came in and hit Cease with that? What? How was Cease knocked right there?
Just, again, when it comes to Fortnite, you never know what you're really going to expect. Your players will always pull something out of the hat and surprise you each and every time. I was looking over at Macwood, who's playing defense, calculator. Now really having to deal with 2 players angling shots at him. Macwood back into a fighting position, a fighting posture to help his buddy out.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate because they were just about to push to seal the deal on Elevate there, and that third party up on the mountain ruined that push.
Slows things down. Elevated Seas having to deal with the Stinkers, and will be moving out of the fight now.
I love it right there. He uses the Stinkers to back him off, and since he doesn't take friendly damage from it, he pushes right into enemy territory here. He's so offensive. He's on the enemy traps.
Oh, man.
Macwood gets owned right there.
Not what you wanted to see happen after winning game #3, but Elevate and Seas, we mentioned them before. They just need that moment to pop off so everyone here in New York can see what they're capable of. Such a great duo, but now having to deal with another fight. But to Elevate, what a shot there. On Calculator, sending a packet.
Calculator did a great job, though. He did win his straight off against Cease. Ronaldo and Zip are just nearby, though. Looks like they've heard the commotion. They're getting closer, and it's Norwood. Norwood's lurking about. He was like, you know what, getting closer, see what he can do here. And Zip's going to fall down here because of the shockwave.
Yeah, Norwood was the one down low, hearing all of the action happening. Zip and Ronaldo now in front of us. They managed to get this wall, just get ownership of it, but the ramp is going to be placed, giving him time to wiggle out of that moment of time.
And Norwood actually used all of his shockwaves there to disengage.
Yeah, it's not really worth it. By yourself, evidently. Oh, man. And that's Norwood. Norwood tried.
Get far.
He did not get far at all, my friend, but there's the other duo right in front of him. Zip and Ronaldo have him in the sights. Ronaldo's going to be on the other side now. Engaging in the fight, not taking any damage.
Such a good job, though. Good job by Zip here to come in and back up his teammate right now. He is trying desperately to get to his teammate here. This is great teamwork. Now they have the pinch lined up, and the trap is down. That's a siphon for Elevate right there.
That siphon could be the difference maker for him. Zip doesn't have any shields. Needs to take a moment. Take a moment to just pop them in.
A little bit of a reset here.
He's still in this, too. So he didn't get knocked. He's not full eliminated yet.
Which is rough. You don't convert the Elam, you don't get the point either here. Elevate is doing a great job on defense, but the Campfire heals down players as well. This is actually really, really smart of them to sit on the Campfire right now and just wait and buy time. Always looking to set up the phase through right there, trying to get through the build. Some shockwave comes out, and close but no cigar.
Such an intense fight between these two.
Oh no, someone thirsted.
Snappy, he went for the shot from the distance. There you see him right there along with Red Rush. And then Zip down low on this island, using not only the rocks, but also this metal that he had just built up for himself to get out of this.
Zip is the target of the server at the moment, as everywhere he moves, he cannot seem to catch a break, but he is going to find a little bit of that high ground real estate right here and hopefully ease up the burden, but nope, has to change layers again. Now let's go ahead and take a look.
Oh, and Zip is out of here. I could have sworn I saw Funk there, but no, I think that was Elevate. Apologies, that was Elevate that did get that.
The secure was there. Moving on now, taking a look at the other side of the map. We have Stompy and Shinken still in the game. Mongrel and Mitro, Benji and Savage, Aqua. All of these duos, very, very powerhouse duos here.
Yep.
Close by right now.
4 eliminations, Benji Fishy. 36 duos remaining. It's going to be a loot late circle. Water, players will just have to build over. Nothing that these guys can't handle. A lot of open air, though. Lots of open air.
Benji's at 4 eliminations here.
They're having a good game. They've been playing well.
Playing very good. 4
Not
elims.
just final moments, right?
This early in the game to have 4 elims is actually huge. And I love what they're doing right now. Just pushing 4 damage because Storm Surge. You never want to be under the pressure of the Storm Surge. They know that with 50 players in the lobby, dependent on the zone, Storm Surge will activate. It will activate, excuse me. So 4 Stinkers is the perfect tool, perfect utility to have.
Can take some damage down on any of these players getting comfortable inside of a box. Now looking at this, got Vinny down low in a campfire. Saw Aiden and Sean there too. Had a few good moments for Aiden and Sean. It hasn't really been their event so far.
Dude.
6 elims.
That's insane. Having 6 eliminations already. Take a look at this stat right here. Damage dealt, 842. The match average, every other player on average, 176. That's not even enough to take out a player with shield and health. So they're doing a lot of work on this lobby right now. And they are here to play. Looks like they're going to find themselves another spot. This is actually an interesting spot. But it's all good because they have launch pads. They can get up and over this flip right here. They're backside safe, so all they have to do is protect their forward.
I understand we did on is trying to see where players are going to start to make some moves. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll come back and see where they are.
Oh my, I'm dead. Nice! Nice! Oh my god, nice!
And that's why this is one of the best duos in Fortnite. Way to clutch up in those moments, man. Yeah, the nerves, they have to be shaking there. But Mongrel, just a steely stare. Love it. Love to see it.
Get out there and get yourself a duo that's going to clutch up for you today in the Fortnite game.
Friend ain't doing it, drop him. You don't need him.
That's right, but you heard him. He said we're going to win loud and confidently. Mongrel and Mitro are here.
And they're here to win this game. That's the mission. But everyone else, all 33 duos that remain here have that same objective in mind. Luckily for them, I think that circle does work out for them just a tad.
And there it is, Storm Surge. It's now live.
And it's going to hurt some people.
You either have to do damage or less than 50 players have to be in the lobby. So 6 players, 6 individual players right now are under it. Yep, that's it. Gustavo gets owned right there. Is Wishy going to be able to do something about it?
Storm Surge jumps Omega once again. Second place in the leaderboards. Games have put up very
and they can see that effect. You can see the Storm Surge around you. Says, you know what? We balling. They out. They're going. They're trying to get that zone plan for placement right now. And do you blame them? Why not? They're in the lead right now. All they have to do is consistently get warmed up. As Mega is trying to fish around here and get a good. Looks like they get themselves a little bit more real estate, but the pressure is in because the Baller players come in.
Right in front of them, too. More defense having to be played here. It's kind of shades of game 3 when they were in a similar spot. But
this was from the high ground. This time, we'll be right in front of him.
Definitely did cost a fair amount of metal right there. Mega now on 300 metals, trying to inch his way to that fence nearby. Just doing a little bit of a material swap right there. Mr. Savage and Benji. The minigun is so good for pressure plays.
Spread out a few of those materials. Get ready for the potential movement. Snaking is what you would hear players often mention. They tunnel out, give themselves some coverage. You need a lot of materials for that. Then the artillery strike from up above, a new item that was added. You can build around it and give yourself some defense, so really it's just waiting it out rather than having to move out of the blast area. 5 elims for Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy. 6 for Mitra and Mongo. It's certainly been a dominant game for EU thus far.
Yeah, for sure. Wang takes out Rote right there. EU player is going to go down. Rote gets the trade out, though. Must have been the zone here as we are cutting across here. Micho's trying to find some real estate here. Is he going to be able to going for the high ground? A little bit of a build-off, but Mongo's got it under control. He's got the high. Who's putting some pressure down? Yeah, he's getting the shot straight across here, Golden.
Yeah, there was a duo right on the other side there that Mitro was concerned about. So he goes low. Then, really, wherever you go, there are going to be players looking right at you. And sometimes you just manage to incur the wrath of the entire server. Luckily for Mitro, that did not happen quite yet. Saf, I just saw Saf get dropped. Zate's going to be separated from his teammate there across the side. And that is the circle creeping on forward. It's going to be open air, open space for them. So the ballers will have to be able to move around and this is it. It's coming down to the final moments, Monster, for a lot of these players. The pressure's on.
Yeah, Saf has already been taken out, so Zate is left to fend for himself here. Can he play for placement? We already know Mongo and Mitro were split up. Can they find themselves amongst the chaos here? Aqua and Nyrox are holding up the high ground here as well, and that's a scary duo. Way up top, uncontested.
Not someone that you want to have up above you. Mitro, 6 builds remaining. After this, doesn't really have much left to work with, and the builds go away pretty much instantly. Zate gets eliminated, so that's going to be the end of the duo that's currently in first place in the standings, but Mega and Dubs. Dubs is out as well. 4 eliminations for the bottom right of your screen. Mega very capable of being able to clutch this out by himself, but it will not be easy.
Yeah, Mongo actually just slips into the low ground too right now, so he is trying to stay alive here. Jumps into someone's box. His forward who gets taken out right there by Mongrel, so he's still in the running. Mega goes up and gets traded as well. Vinny's still here too. So many solos remain right now, but there are still several duos in the game here, Golden.
And the scariest duo is going to be up above. It's Aqua and Nyrox. They're tarping this up, and they're putting down shots wherever they can. If they can get a few more eliminations, a few more points, that will jettison them up the leaderboard.
He has 7 elims as well right now. He has 7 already. Rojo jumps out of the box. Wolfie's still in the game.
Controller player. Talking to Boy Christian earlier, mentioned he loves to get in the faces of players, and it has worked out so far. The game, 7 eliminations, 7 points, not bad at all, and you're going to get the placements and moves. Still, Aqua and Nyrox up above. 5 eliminations for him, 6 total with Mr. Savage's 1. Up in front of him. Oh, that's so scary there, but Benji Fishy is eliminated by Sky.
Sky has been around the competitive scene for a long time, and for good reason right there. Nyrox now owning from the high ground, putting that pressure down. A shockwave was initiated right there, but it's not going to be enough. This is their master control right here. The final moments. They're the only duo standing, Golden Boy.
This is their game to win the as they're putting the pressure on these players down low. They're energized, they're communicating, and they're ready to pick up this victory royale in game 4.
He only has 2 builds though. This is very important. Both of us don't have much here. He's gonna put all the splashes down. Is that the decision right there to commit? Looks like the shockwave is gonna cause a eruption in the high ground. And now they're in the zone here. What's gonna happen here? This is so close.
5 players remaining. Few left. And the shockwave is gonna send them all the way up. Nyrox takes out Falconer down low, and he's wrestling with everyone. Nyrox is out. Oh no! He just managed to get the elimination, and in the storm, he gets the victory royale. 7 eliminations for the duo of
moments right there. It's going to propel him to the high ground and allow him to work top down. But not only that, it chucked everyone into the zone for a couple of seconds right there. So it truly was the ultimate disruption right there.
The shockwave at the end of the game. The complexion of it all. Just everything that happened right at the end here. To Nyrox, he just went down low. He wanted to get happy with him. He goes down. Follows it up. Blew up right into the sky.
Hit your shots. You must hit your shots. Look at that. Stompy.
What we're doing right now, just landing our spot and going for consistent placement points.
Consistent placement points, that's key and can absolutely take the Vic Roy home, as you saw just now. Back to you, GB Monster.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for that one, and stay the course. No reason for you to adjust anything. If it worked out for you there, clearly you're doing something right, Monster.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these competitors know best. Stubbornness in their name.
No.
Jam side, 7
No.
I don't care if I lose the first few times here. We're going to master this. We're going to turn it around.
Everything is love up beside the couch.
Showing at some point at the last.
You hear me?
Players are going to stick to the guns.
I love seeing those fights with the right? You really can tell who can figure it out.
If you make me fuck, die, it's your fault.
The challenge that players have to deal with in the beginning.
Yo, shut up. Shut up. Yo, don't talk until you hit puberty, bruh. Your voices are mad aggy, bruh. Until you get some bass in your voice, don't talk.
Showed up here today, and the resurgence of EU may be starting. We've got 2 more games to go. And I want to talk about Mongo and Metro and what they had to do in this game here.
That's just so ugly that I'm not.
GB, you were talking about early game engagement. This is one that's been going in the duo of Mongo and Metro's favor against Skeptic and Clicks and Neo Tilted Towers. The pressure here from Metro to find out exactly where the first player is. Mongo up above, then targeting on both. They try to get into the same box at the same time. They go down and just continue pushing forward. Mongo and Metro, it's the second time that they win this engagement here today, and it's not stopping. They continue forward onto Volks and Parpy and just try to hunt down everything. There Clix is trying to escape as well. And then this snipe here from Mitro. He actually, not only did he hit that, and they get right into it onto Zexro, he hit Mitro coming in with the drift board right before this. So one elimination there for them. And then they had the engagement that we saw earlier. We're going to go ahead and run it back because this clutch puts them perfectly in position at 4th place right now. Reminder that this was with Mitro down after all was said and done. There he goes down, and then Mongrel comes in right on cue. He does not let his teammate go down. You heard the reactions earlier, and it continued because Mongrel got one more elimination in this game, leading to the 8 eliminations total before they fell, not before earning placements points though. So this game, not only did they take out Vinny and Zexro, which were in 3rd place, they stopped them from accruing any more placement points, so they are inching their way closer. They're now in 4th place. They actually have the most elims out of everybody. 20. So with 2 more games to go, we're going to see where they can leave themselves at the end. Back to you guys, GB and Monster.
Thank you, Baller, for the insight there. Everyone getting all ready for games 5 and 6. And then we crown our first ever Fortnite World Champion. Crazy to say out loud.
It's happening.
It's happening.
This is it. It's happening.
It's happening, right? Now, there have been a lot of duos that have been the talk of the town, but one duo in particular that have a lot of fans excited, Benji and Mr. Savage. And we did get an opportunity to catch up with them. They're currently in 8th place. Can they climb up? Let's go ahead and check it out.
And Mr. Savage, GAMF communication is probably the best in the world.
I'm gonna rift us.
Yeah, go. I just think we're on another level.
We've been able to do so much more.
He encourages me.
We're best friends, we're duo partners, it makes me smile.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
We're savage. We're busy, bro.
I go by the name Mr. Savage. My name is Benji Fish, and my in-game name is Benji Fishing.
One of the most terrifying duos coming out of Europe.
So we talk every day online. I live in Oslo and I live in Surrey in the UK.
And I travel to England to like meet him, see how he's doing here.
He has my back. If I ask him something, he'll help me out. We don't actually just play Fortnite. We play other games.
We have a lot of the same interests. He's always really humble. I love his personality.
Yeah, really. Shoot. Alright, yeah. Alright.
There's a guy northwest of me. He has an RPG, I'm going. The reason why we're so good at playing duos is because we have good mechanical skills, good chemistry, and communication.
Okay, 120. One.
Let's go, dude.
Everybody knew in the community that Savage was one of the best players in the world. He knows the game really well, so he makes really good calls.
Benji's just so insane at just hitting people.
Benji Fishy is dialed in right now.
He just follows me perfectly. He fills in the gaps that I can't fill in.
You'd think a fish in the water would be harmless. Not this fishy. Not today.
People are definitely scared if they see some fishes running around Happy Hamlet.
You'd think fishes weren't really that scary, but Fortnite, it's quite the opposite.
We're in a really good state right now as a duo.
Let's just cross the lake. I think there's people on the other side.
Super well.
Players, they continue to go down like flies.
It's really nice to, you know, finally be able to.
I think we're just going to show people how good we are.
Hey, look at that right there. Some fans of Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy, they were diabolical in the online qualifiers. And maybe, just maybe, with these last 2 games, pull it up and get themselves into top 3, maybe even first place. How crazy.
Let's be honest, we've seen them do very well so far. Maybe not the performance they were looking for. I know they want to pull a victory. They have everything it takes. They can muscle up from 8th.
Yeah.
They'll be up there.
It's going to be a challenge for not them, but every single player. But we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, games 5 and 6, and then we crown our first ever Fortnite World Champions. We'll see you on the other side.
In the player lounge right now, joined by our Pro-Am winners, Arl Grimes and Airwalks. Wasn't totally expecting you'd win 2-0. Can you walk me through those final moments?
Felt really good. I don't think I would have won if I didn't have him.
Now, Arl Grimes, you were holding your own, you were keeping up, you were staying alive, you were getting elimination. How did you change your playstyle from last Pro-Am to this Pro-Am?
I think we learned a lot from the last one. Just that you focus on late game a little bit, and I just sort of let him lead the way and made it happen.
How did it feel to play with a potential World Cup duo winner?
It's amazing. I'm actually going to play him tomorrow and sit in the stands. Cheer for my man Airwalks, yeah.
Maybe make an Airwalks sign and wave it in the
maybe a 98 bot sign. I'll hold it up.
Good luck on the event tomorrow. Congratulations on winning. Congratulations on winning. Incredible, incredible gameplay throughout Fortnite World Cup.
My name is Serpent. We qualified on the last week.
Week 10, duos.
It was pretty crazy. We knew it was the last opportunity we had, so we were just completely focused the entire time, and it was just a huge, huge relief after we qualified.
Yeah, it was such a relief. I was waiting for this moment.
Well, before the leaderboard updated, we was almost positive. We were freaking out, and then when we finally saw the leaderboard update, we just started screaming the entire house down. We started playing back in like season 3 of Fortnite. We just found each other through a Discord community and joined a squad team together, and we just stuck with each other ever since.
Yeah, pretty much. I've never ever played with another duo besides Serpent, so since day one. We both make calls.
Yeah, we both have things we're a little bit better at. We try to take the roles like evenly. I'm just really excited to play with everyone from all the regions. Yeah, I would say from what we've seen, OCE is a lot more aggressive play style because we go for a lot higher point games, whereas yeah, NA and EU, they have like way more passive play style than us, I think. It's a dream come true, to be honest. It's all I've wanted to do is just play games, and to have a huge opportunity like this.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, but yeah, just crazy opportunity to be able to play with the best players around the world.
到现场的话，我的心应该会蹦出来。
我希望他们可以好好的去看这场比赛，因为能学到很多的东西。
And it's over before we could even say anything because Xpende and XXM just destroyed them. Don't land on these guys.
因为我平时很喜欢购入，然后如果获得这么多奖金的话，我一定会买。
也许我会在一个很悠闲的地方买一个周围的，比如瑞士。
So you guys play yesterday for the first time.
Yeah.
A lot of skills.
Good fun.
It's pretty cool, man. Very impressive.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. I've been following you for so long. It's crazy I'm here. I can't believe this. Can I get a video of the front player? Okay. Alright guys, here's Ali and he has a message. Lucas is the best.
Kevin, nice to meet you, bro. How are you doing? Yeah, it was great. You never know what's coming. My teammate really clutched up. Have a good one. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good one, man. Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that. Love that. So, man, what's your name? James? Right there. Did you have fun at the event? Good. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
And it's Skeptic.
And we qualified for NA East.
I made this main goal. We even said it the day before in the semifinals. We wanted to shoot for top 25 because we qualified the first week that it was us. So we wanted to shoot for top 25 and we just blew out our expectations.
This is my first LAN event ever. I'm 14, so before this, the required LAN age 16. So this is a life-changing event that Epic gave me.
It's mind-blowing and it's a good. So one of my friends actually never recommended me to play with Twix, so I tried playing with him once. We played a few games. We didn't do amazing. Well, we played pretty good, but I had to do a part at the time, so I was good. After we started competing high levels, showed the love, he got first place and all that. I hit him up, and he said,
First week, we probably played for 3 days, and that week we qualified.
Yeah.
So we had 3 days of practice and somehow qualified. Yeah, before a big game, to get my nerves out and make sure I'm on the right track, I literally scream as it, so we'll see how it goes over.
I wash my hands. I'm not joking, no, I wash my hands. I have to get the perfect equipment outside. I wash my hands a lot. Like a lot. Just to make sure. Sounds pretty weird, but it helps.
Tons of people ask me questions on a daily, like, how do you, like, do the right sensitivity? And I feel like that's obviously a mechanical way for the game. So I just hope it one sensitivity and just work your way at it, and it really comes a long way with my aim, my building, everything like that.
I practice everything in life. Just I think about the game. The more you practice, the more you pray and playing creative, the more you'll get mechanical, game-wise. All that obviously I'm practicing for.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The World Cup Finals Duos competition. My name is Dr. Lupo, and I missed you dearly. Joining me on the desk for the final two matches, Courage JD. You know him, you love him, one of the best men in the industry.
Oh, stop.
I'm super excited to see what these final two games have in store. We've watched a ridiculous competition thus far. Honestly, it's been insane. I've had a chance to watch some of the plays, some of the shots from some of these players, the accuracy, the heads-up gameplay. Jack, it's been insane. What do you think so far?
It's insane, Dr. Lupo. It is great to hear your voice, and I am so excited to be casting these final two games together for the Fortnite World Cup Finals duo competition. We are 2 games away from crowning our first ever Fortnite World Champions, who will win a combined $3 million US. That is a lot of money if you don't know how much US dollars is worth, because this is the World Cup, as you know. But Ben, I'm so excited.
It's insane. The $3 million for first place. It's not the only position on the leaderboard that takes home 7 figures. And to look at that leaderboard, we're going to throw it over to Sundown just to see where everybody stands thus far.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage. And what we have here is the current top 10 on the board. Now, we talked about this being the World Cup representation coming out in the top 20 from all of the regions in there. The NA currently sitting on top, but EU just behind them with representation from Mitro and Mongrel, Rojo and Wolfies. And then during the break, we got to talk to Hyper. We've also made great play. It's not the game about a recent victory royale out of Cyrox and Aqua, climbing them into the top 10. Now, what we want to take into account, 2 matches are left. The highest elim totals we've seen out of a pairing is 12. We've seen it twice. What we have seen on the victory royale end, we've seen 9 elimination, but more commonly it's right around 5 or 6. So what does that mean? We can expect about 2 of the winners to come out with 15 to 16 points. If you look at that top 10 right now, the spread is 17 points. With 2 games remaining, everyone who is on this board has the ability to challenge for the top spot to be the first ever world champion at the Fortnite World Cup. No one is out of it. The Chinese fair is just off the page as well. Anybody can make a play. 2 matches are left. Let's head back inside, back into the action. Lupo and Courage, take it away.
Sundan, thank you so much for your analysis of the board thus far. And you're right. Looking at the board, the limited spread between first and 10th, 17 points is incredibly close, but that's not the beginning of it. You have to realize that across all 50 duos, just 2 games, these last 2 could push any duo all the way up into the top. That top 10 taking, not a prize from home, Jack.
Yep. It is life-changing, not a money to say the least. As you know, people watching from around the world, millions and millions tuning in today. Fortnite World Cup. I want to hear from you right now. So Dr. Lupo, myself, Fortnite, which region will come out on top? Will NA remain up top? Will EU surge back? You heard from the Asia Oceanic still trying to push on through. I think he's going to do it. I really do.
It's difficult, but it's interesting to see trends from the qualifiers of previous weeks. You know, the 10 that we had leading up to this moment. The Stars then. Stars yet again here. Consistency is going to shine through in big ways to go to late games. We've had the highest player final circles that we've seen ever. We've had a lot of aggressive gameplay from people in clutch moments. Jack, we've got 2 games left, and Game 5 is ready to go, Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, this crowd has been incredible live here at the Art Thrash Tennis Arena in New York City. Which region will rate 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The battle bus has launched. Game 5 is underway.
The last few matches, Jack, we've seen some relatively contested, popular drop zones. I've been watching on Twitter, and a lot of people have discussed whether or not Loot Lake right now is one of the hottest drops in the game. You have a number of duos, high-powered duos that drop there thus far. Do you think going into this Game 5 and 6, we're going to see similar contested early drops, or are people going to change up
to stick to their strategy, or they that are staying out on top? Either wouldn't be surprised to see people stick with the game one more time. Again, as Sundown does a great job of highlighting, Dr. Lupo, one big performance, 12 limbs and a Battle Royale, 22-point game, which should be way up the leaderboard. So you can't count yourself out yet. That last match winners
Being tested there. Nyrox got really baller, very pivotal piece for late game survival. Going to farm up all the materials he can inside. Not going to smash too much of the outside until maybe the last second, just to prevent any reveal of his own position. He's just going to go and move on. And actually does see targets down below. A couple attempted shots. That scope, they are accuracy at this level. Going to have to be very key if you're going to try and pick up an elimination that early. The scope might be exactly what Nyrox needs to establish yet another elimination to put himself higher on the leaderboard for his duo.
Remember, the scope, the assault rifle, a hit-scan weapon. You aim, you point, you shoot. If it's on him, it'll hit him. And these guys have pinpoint accuracy, as it's known. You know, when you land on the southwest side of the map, if you don't land in an exact big area, it's a very, very scrappy start. It's a lot around getting a baller, rotating on through, and just trying to, pick up the chest here, loot one building here, and piece some things together. It's known how tough it can be, but Nyrox and Aqua currently on the valence shift are focused towards Neo. Tilted here, you see Mongrel and Mitro, who so many times have been contesting here with Clix and Skeptic. Clix and Skeptic so far, pretty quiet day today, not really well.
I would agree. 4 duos, though, in Tilted. The case in a lobby like this.
Lucky landing right now. 2 teams currently here. That's been the case so far this game. Starbucks, 8 and Fishy DP.
At this point, I was going to say, it looks like they're just opting to split view. Just watching the opponents move around down below. They don't necessarily have the pushes yet. Got a little bit of time before the storm starts to make a move here, so pressure is going to be applied before you know it. With a loadout like this, there's no shotgun in the inventory. They have the shockwaves to rotate if they need to, but those are oftentimes saved for late game. If you can do it, it's an easy way to push through opponents' builds that are above you, as we've seen in previous matches countless times. Take the high ground without a being challenged. The only downside is you put yourself way out in the open. We did see a number of players get eliminated on the fly, literally, while shooting through the air with a shotgun. So we'll have to see. Shots from behind. Stavix 8.
Wondering if Daedra and Equipos decide to push off the machine. Reveals that he does have that heavy sniper grenades coming on through. Quick little reaction right there to box up. But remember, you get that shield broken, there is a unique animation and sound effect. So Daedra and M114 know that Stavix up top has no shield left, and that heavy sniper ripped through the wood right there. Good coordination to get some damage done on this player.
Daedra holding that edit, that pyramid at the top, so we can look through and shots from the duo below. Coordinated. No push yet. This is kind of a stalemate at this point, which for all 4 of these players may end up fighting them in the back. That being said, Wishy, the fly-in right there, pushing up. Maybe a little bit of side cover.
That chest alongside Stavix, who are both out of shields. Looks like Daedra and and F1C did what they wanted to, which is push them out of landing. Not sure if they're going to continue to pursue this. It doesn't appear so right now. And all things considered, I don't think they need to, right? They can go back now and warm up this whole area, check for the sort of response that may have been missed, and continue the materials down towards Dusty Divot, world members Tetra and Eclipse. Just below.
Underneath. A little bit of a split for Tetra and Eclipse.
yet. You got Elevate and C still on the low ground. Punisher there as well. Mongrel still making plays happen without any movement items left. We are one team away from placement points being earned, and there it is. We are now in our top 15.
Zay getting caught off guard from behind. Linane drops in.
He wound up dropping in 16th.
It's just outside of placement points.
Zay and Saf will not earn placement points this game. The lobby beginning to drop like still, folks. It's Nyrox and Aqua setting themselves up for a great spot at the end of this game. 2 players still left in ballers. Somehow, Mongrel is, oh no, he goes down right there. 11 players left on
absolute ownership of everything underneath them, so long as they stay on top of their
No, es que 50 soles por la chica de allá.
El internet. Right now, there's nothing left.
No, el internet es un poco
from a player that gets eliminated. Item at the edge of the zone goes down. Spray. Minigun from Aqua. He is not letting anybody move unchallenged.
So powerful. 2 duos left. It's Aqua and Nyrox, Cease and Elevate. The rest are all solos down low. Lucia with the elimination of the Chappics. Cease and Elevate decided to drop down low because I believe they're out of builds. They just got to go brawler mode right now. Cease getting chunked by this minigun of Aqua as he continues to rain down fire. Down goes Cease. Elevate now weak as well.
The circle's moving back the other way. Wolfies is at the forefront right now in one of the best spots because of all those builds potentially already owned. He can just make his way on through without challenge.
Skype trying to challenge for high ground and gets absolutely beamed. Daedra and Wolfies in this game as solos. Cluja as well. Aqua and Nyrox. Could they get another victory royale? Currently at 5 eliminations this game.
Aqua. Stick grenades from above. Still riding the minigun. Still 50 small ammunition remaining in this thing. So punishing from above. You have that high ground advantage. You have the shots on Wolfies from above the elimination. A 3v2 situation. Aqua, Nyrox looking to pick up the first World Cup back-to-back victory royale.
Pressure got in. They dropped down low. The tags. Oh my gosh! There it is. A 17-point performance from Aqua and Nyrox as they win it again.
That alone, those 2 games may be enough to push them all the way to the top of the leaderboard. And they are 1 game away, if they can hold that, from $3 million.
My goodness, folks, here it is again. Aqua with that minigun up top just made it impossible for any other team to even try to contest them on high. They send Nyrox down, Cluja there as well. Here, Cluja was doing everything he could, but I don't see how you can do it in the game. Aqua still drops it with 200 HP. And again, much deserved as they take the victory royale.
The reactions from these players are one of my favorite parts, especially at this level, Jack.
Yeah.
1 game remaining. World Cup Finals Duos competition. The best players we've ever seen in any lobby, literally ever. And we're here along with literally 18,000 people at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Yeah, and they are enjoying themselves here today. What a feeling it has been. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage so far of the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. A reminder for the millions watching online right now, we still have another day of competition, and tomorrow it gets even more intense. The solos competition will be underway. Involved as well. I'm sure a lot of people here looking forward to that, as it is going to be one to remember tomorrow. There's no duos, there's no reasons. It's you and you. The nerves will be at all times.
Who do you have? You look at the entire list of everybody real quick. 1 or 2 names. Who do you think is going to do well?
Oh gosh, well I'm looking at anyone who's double qualified. I mean, right off the bat, as people that got favorites. Whoa, we just got the standings, and now I'm completely shifted focus. Saf and Saint still in the lead.
3 points, Jack.
Yes.
First and second are separated by 3 points. The 2 victory royales now for Nyrox and Aqua, definitely moving them way up the leaderboard.
But look
second
at this.
place.
EU and NA the fight back and forth is there, right?
Twitter's talked about it about 1 million times. Reddit says it over and over again. EU versus EU. I think right now this leaderboard screams that the competition on both sides is phase 2.
And there's Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage, 12th place right now, 25 points. The difference between 11th and 20th, just 6 points right now. Dr. Lupo still anybody's game as this continues on through. What a day we've had so far, just one game left. Everything on the line here. Preparing for this one as it should be starting up momentarily, but again, there are our leaders. And what we saw right there that's where they stand. Remember, when tiebreakers come into play, that second victory royale could make a major difference. We are almost ready for this last game here, but we want to take a look back at game number 5 with Ball.
Thank you so much, Courage. The action is crazy and this leaderboard is so tight at the top. We're going to take a look at some of the moments from Zayt and Saf's game because Saf actually went down early. So let's go ahead and roll it because this is Zayt being 300 IQ, using the sound of the slipstream. This is something he does so well. Crouching up. These players have no idea he's coming in. Finishes off the first one right away. That's for when Tux tries to make the play, but not before he finishes the elimination. And then Zayt ends up going down, tries to get the wall replaced for a bit, but continues on forward, gets back up with the slipstream, eventually comes back up to take out the last remaining player here. This was a 1v2 clutch. And if you think about the standings right now, they were at 40 points before this game began. They got 3 points in this one here by himself. That's what kept him in the lead here today, right now. Finally picking up Volks on the outside of the zone. That's perfect play from Zayt. Didn't get quite top 15, but he did get this one last elimination, and that is what is keeping them in the game right now. You have to remember, they did not play too well in the last game. They accrued a little bit of points, and they're doing it again. They have to have a strong game here, but when you think about the rest of them too, Mongrel and Mitro, they had only Mongrel for a little while. Vinny and Zexro, they only went down to Zexro as well. So clutch is all up. I mean, literally, it comes down to one player's performance. I can't wait to see this last game. Gentlemen, please, if you don't mind, close us out.
Thank you, Ball. Great stuff as always. And whoa, there. Okay.
Marshmallow joining us on the cast.
Yeah, I think that's basically exactly how it works. Now we have a little bit of a special announcement for everyone live in the venue right now. Pay attention, Fortnite World Cup attendees, to celebrate the 1 p.m. Marshmallow live performance on Sunday, tomorrow. The first 2,500 fans to enter the Arthur Ashe Stadium will receive a Marshmallow cosplay helmet to wear during the performance. The first 400 fans to enter the stadium will also receive the Marshmallow supply drop codes. These special codes contain the Marshmallow outfit, the Mellow Rider glider, the all-new Mellow Malice pickaxe, and 1,000 V-Bucks. Also, the first 10,000 fans to enter the stadium will receive Fortnite-themed Thunder Axes to make noise while cheering on their favorite players during the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Doors to the Arthur Ashe Stadium open at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow, so you want to make sure you get here early to make sure you get your seat. I'm looking forward to that. Can
you show me the axes, please?
I mean, look at this. You know how loud this is going to be tomorrow when you're banging these around, and you can annoy your siblings with these when you wind up going home with them. I don't want to give everyone any more ideas, but I'm ready for that performance. It's going to be an absolute blast. I know, I'm sure everyone here looking forward to that as well. Marshmallow is so much fun to watch live, but this is it. Dr. Lupo, at the end of this game, we will crown the first ever Fortnite World Champions. I cannot believe we made it here. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. $15 million on the line here. 3, 2, 1.
Jack, 10 weeks of practice, the qualifiers, constant hours of scrimmaging against each other. These players know each other's strategies. They know where they're going to drop. They know when they will and won't pressure. This is going to be intense. Everything comes down to this last match, and when every team what first place is easily attainable in a single match, which means tons of players still in contention for first place.
Yeah. Anyone can make some moves here.
The back-to-back winners, Nyrox, Aqua, on your screen right now. Saw making a drop down to the southwest corner of the map. If it works, I think you stay.
Right? I mean, it's working. Fortnite World Champion title already. Player dropped. Eclipse goes. Tetra goes. That will end their duos competition just like that. Before Aqua and Nyrox have even landed, that's tough.
Feels bad.
Feels bad, man.
Tried their hardest on to the next one. You know, Aqua, quick little note there, dealt 1,152 damage in the last match, over 3 times higher than the match average of 335. I think that goes to show just how involved Aqua and Nyrox love to get when combat situations arise, an opportunity to third party, take shots at players in rotation. Those damage numbers add up in a big way, and most of the time you eliminate Jack. Every elim's a point. Placement is huge as well. Brazil looking to make shots here. Players over at Snobby do pick up that first elimination. Wiz goes down. His duo nowhere to be seen just yet, but that elim is big for them, an early point. Very key. Format on the right side of your screen. If you forgot, look it up top. That little at Neo Tilted. We've seen this 2v2 so many times. Clicks and Skeptic versus Mongrel and Mitro. The high ground taken all the way up top. Pressure from above. Clicks looking to see if he can get a shot through his quick edit. 103 from Mongrel from underneath. Gonna edit out and try and take the high ground. At this point, no shield on Clicks inside the box. Trying to get the edit, can't quite get it just yet. Here we go, opting to maybe fake a rotation away, maybe using the shadow to climb all the way up the high ground. Can't quite get it. He's gonna have to jump all the way to the bottom, see the back out of the fight. Hits from underneath. He's gonna box up just a little bit and rotate for a better angle at this point. Meanwhile, Mitro in the baller. Bottom of the building. They're paired up together at this point. Mongrel actually, they're shifted buildings away from each other. And Clicks and Skeptic have the ultimate high ground from above on this fight. Beaming that baller. Can't quite see if they got the break just yet. But separated, Mongrel and Mitro not going to be as effective as Clix and Skeptic when it comes to solo, just applying pressure to a single target. And that's so important because you can get or even a knock because you've shot the same target, like you beamed them down. You push through, you push your shots through their build to try to counter it. It's so much easier when you're standing on top of each other. That might be pivotal in deciding who wins the current 2v2.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and back that up. I will say, Skeptic basically teams Clix right there, who was down to just 28 HP. Skeptic, if they're in time, they get the minis popped as well. Dr. Punisher, who had some early exits in the game. Beginning of today, looking to see if they can end on a high note right now. One chug splash used to get up to 157 HP. And Shock with the elimination down on the grenade. To continue to bust on through. 2 versus 1. Chug Splash unfortunately missed right there as he was shockwaved away, but he'll hop right back in to help his duo.
Drop in, fighting the same box. Tyler 15 goes down. That kind of 2v1 is tough. You're stuck inside the box with both opponents. There's kind of no way out, especially when some of the walls may not even necessarily be.
Clix and Skeptic run away from Tilted to not have to deal with a fight there, but instead runs into XXM and X-Men. Now the fight begins. Skeptic dropping on back, trying to dodge his sticks. Clix taking a ton of damage right there as well. And did they just get an elimination? The player was not. The player was not. And the elimination was actually finished by the airstrike coming on through. Clix does get knocked by the stick. We're not making that an unfortunate time, but we do get an update there. And Skeptic down 150. Beats the sting grenade to the face again. Only 2 builds left. Clix now knocked, and Nate is running in. Oh, the 150! The 150 makes the difference! Can Skeptic clutch right now? You see the panic stick, he actually sticks himself right there. Skeptic with no build, relying on just this hand cannon to get the elimination for the extra HP. It looks like they'll decide to fall back and eliminate Clix right now. Skeptic looking to try to cut where they have knocked. How many matches do you get? So 12 full builds. Might be a difference maker in this one. Wall plate's not going to happen.
Oh my gosh! The clutch from Skeptic.
And you see, shakes his head right there. Does get the job done. The one-shot headshot from the hand cannon. 150 to the dome. Swings the battle in his favor. No mat, no teammate, no problem. As Skeptic gets the job done.
He's one of the most players that we have seen in the World Cup right there. Literally standing in the open to bait a shot so he can hit that 150 with the hand cannon is huge.
That battle. It's literally nearly impossible to win with 0 mats and they have the high ground. And guess what? As the player went down to thirst his teammate, well, things worked in his favor as he hits the shot. Saf and Zayt, who had a 3-point lead on second place heading to this game. Early at 0 points earned so far, but still in a position where they can earn a lot off placement and finish strong to be crowned world champions. We'll see if it goes their way. They do have one heavy sniper, 4 shadow bombs. You see in the inventory of Saf. He's in the late game, Dr.
Another player flying in, Wishy DP. Gustavox 8. Below Stompy, Shinken, a duo that I want to have my eyes on quite a bit. We see a quick little edit fight here through the wall and pick off Zexro and Vinny inside their own build.
Zexro and Vinny, I think, are top 5 in this game, so an unfortunate ending for them. All things considered, you know, Stompy and Shinken were a duo with an average placing in the online and we haven't really seen much of them today, so finally seen a little bit from that duo, as many people had very high expectations.
Pressure there, the ramp being built up. Epic's kind of all by himself. 2 throws here, Dubs and Mega, the heavy strike to drop Dubs down. He's going to have to go back just a little bit, reconnect. Make sure your structures are held up by more than just one there, and somebody's got their eye on Dubs still. Gonna jump inside of that edit. Mega sitting up on top. Just kind of waiting at this point. They're just barely, you saw for just a second. 67 damage above the threshold.
But look, because the 70-player threshold, this lobby has dropped quicker. Drops up, one player dropped the lobby down to 69, and immediately the storm threat is over. So Storm Surge pops up for a second, but the Storm Surge shuts down on this second zone when the player count drops below 70. So only one player had to go down. That's exactly what happens. So the players below the damage threshold right there do just escape for the moment, as the threat is gone for right now.
1 minute remaining to the next circle. The final match for the duos competition here at the Fortnite World Cup. Still anybody's game. Like you said, $15 million on the line, and Saf and Zate are really pushing for that first place position. Applying pressure from above, gonna drop down. Do a little bit of damage, but not the best spot to sit and try and fight that. Saf's gonna back up top and use that final mini, 149 total HP. And I was literally about to say, can still go down to a heavy snipe to the body, and that may be exactly what happened. Luckily, at that range, Zate can still pick Saf up. Unless pressure comes in from that duo that just took that shot.
They just get updated that Mitro was just eliminated, but remember, folks, this is Zate and Saf on your screen, who are our current leaders today. Saf knocked. It looks like Zate's going to try to go for the revive, and no one's nearby. Talk about a perfect scenario for them to be able to get a revive in. That could have spelled disaster. But up off the ground goes Saf, and they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're both back in play.
Looks like the players that took the shots in that modern building there, still inside the safe zone. Meanwhile, the threat of all these players starting to tighten up just a little bit. Mongrel, one of the most popular EU players, all on his own right now. Mongrel, Mitro, 10 points behind first, 2 points behind fifth overall going into this match. They are so close to the top of the leaderboard. Saf and first.
Keep watching exactly where the players stack up. All the pressure on him. There's one thing to see: legendary rocket launcher. Way Mongrel makes the most incredible performance of his entire life is if he can somehow get high ground late game and use the max ammo rocket launcher. Just shots, elimination. And there's an 86 away with that legendary infantry rifle.
Sees the build down at the bottom, looking just to take any damage you could deal. With eliminations, even just 1 or 2, and Rush flying in. Right side here, just a second. Meanwhile, Aqua and Nyrox, the back-to-back winners, looking to pick up their 3rd duo victory royale here in a second. Catches an opponent inside the block. The duo looks to follow through, take the wall, the shot through, and the back-to-back unit may happen. Still applying pressure, and there it is.
And you see the excitement right there. Every point they get is an opportunity to make this comeback happen and a potential win in the European region. I just saw Chicken go down in the elimination lead. He's got chunk splashes galore. Looking back up full health, and still scrappy game right now for Zate and Saf. No points on the board, and they are nowhere close to earning placement points at this one.
A minute remaining before the next storm. They're going to have to position themselves to move. For too long, pressure is going to happen on the rotation. You're going to see players in positions to take advantage of people moving in from the outside of the storm. When we get to circle 5 to 6, when the half and half happens, that's kind of when everything gets a little crazy, right? Yeah. The elimination feed is full of players getting knocked and finished by the storm. Potentially, you have duos going down at that point, but right now, Saf and Zate biding their time. They don't want to burn too many materials this early. 60 possible builds in Saf's inventory, 50 in Zate's. Don't have to move just yet.
Reminder for everyone watching at home, this is our final game today. At the end of this, the score will be tallied, and we will crown our first ever Fortnite World Cup champions, our Fortnite World Champions, live from the Arthur Ashe Tennis Stadium here in New York City. Stay involved in the conversation. Use that hashtag Fortnite World Cup before, well, everything goes insane in these next few moments. The 4th zone has popped on up. 56 players left, 34 duos. Who will take the final victory royale?
Now, Rojo and Wolfie's all the way at the top. They do have at least one baller. Looks like Lodo's going to make that move. Wolfie's just kind of worst idea. Like we said before, we'll say it again. We see late games where it comes down to potentially who does and does not have remaining. Getting those other materials can be key. Wolfie's, you heard the snipe shot there. Looks like nobody got connected with it. 107 builds in that inventory. Mega Dubs down underneath. Right next door. Bell, Mongrel, across the street, 4ZR and Noah, Saf and Zate. So many players bunched up in the same structures right now. This might be the time for players like Mega and Dubs to take shots through. That's why they're editing the windows. They're looking for others that may be around them to shoot it on the field, see if they can pick up those moves.
Remember, Dubs. Insanely intense right now. So much on the line for these players. They're boxed up. Keep in mind, the average age of the players here today, 16. And what is that update? That's Nyrox and Aqua.
Jackets 1 point between first and second.
Point away from first, but there, Zane gets it a limb. Now 2 points away again. Saf with an limb as well.
The same player was the knock.
Okay, there was the knock him. Okay, but still, either way, within a couple points of first place. And on the top left, the team in second. On the bottom right, the team in first. Who will become the first ever Fortnite World Champions?
Go rotation occurring. Mongrel the feed.
Dubs. He just knocked out. He just limped Dubs.
Saf and Zane waiting on the bottom. Only one in there, but it doesn't really matter at this point. They just need to focus on positioning and catching players on rotation. Funk at the top of your screen. Tons of players bunched up near each other. Mongrel, he shots the rocket out. There, Mongrel may be able to pick up soon. An RPG late game competitive Fortnite. Super advantageous, especially against players that are on move. Get a shot. Mongrel's looking for any chance to take shots at players that don't notice.
And remember, earlier in today's competition, it was Nitro who winds up living all the way to the end by himself and getting 5 extra limbs, which put them in the top 3 after just game number 1. Now it's Mongrel's turn to do the same. The new pickup for FaZe Clan looking to clutch on up. Shots downrange. I believe this is Mega, one of his teammates on FaZe, who's on the other side of that metal, and he's not relenting with this pressure. Both of these duos actually in our top 10 right now. The new zone pops on up, and this is a full moving zone. Did he get the 11? He did! Mongrel with the elimination onto Mega. Just single-handedly took down Dubs and Mega.
I don't know if you saw that when the emo popped up on his screen. The eyebrows raised just a little bit. He may have even been surprised to pick that one off. That's a huge point for that duo.
Absolutely, with an arms region making this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the final moments of the Fortnite World Cup Duos competition. Who will take home $3 million and the title of Fortnite World Champion? Mongrel trying to put his name into the hat. 3 eliminations so far. Storm Surge has begun, but they're far and away above it. He uses his last Shadow Bomb, though, Dr. Lupo.
Over 1,000 damage above, but yeah, the last mobility piece, that might be a mistake we'll have to see here in a second. The move so far, though, maybe that was his Look at you, the left side of your screen right now, folks, is insanity. So many players making their way across it. Even the same structures built by their opponents. 36 total players. We're at 23 duos remaining. 8 more duos need to go down before we get replacement points. And with how close first, second, third, all those placements are to each other, every single point is going to matter coming down to the last moments here.
Sap all by himself now. You see Aqua weak, Nyrox weak. Players dropping another shockwave, using it all the way ahead of the zone. It could be a game-saving play on the bottom right of your screen. Aqua's all by himself. Mongrel now one shot. This could be the end. No, no! He gets 50 health. Mongrel gets 50 health. He'll live to see another day as the zone doesn't take him yet. Can the young god make it happen? No! The player turns and rips him in two as he does drop out there. They will not finish atop our leaderboard.
Immediately after Stompy picks up the elim on Mongrel, Nate Hill takes him out, and we're down to 22 players left.
We're down to the top 15.
Everybody's just picked up placement points for the leaderboard standing, which is key. Everybody on the board right now still in huge contention. Landjock goes down to the top. Chapix and Epic Whale have the ultimate high ground on every player that's left in the match. Nate Hill flying just barely outside of the storm. He will contend. He does go down right there. Rojo, multiple players still in ballers. The Rocket, an attempt to break Rojo's RPG. The baller with the RPG rotates away from it. Look at the top left of the screen though, Jack.
Only one duo left. Epic Whale on the high ground all by himself. Cease and Elevate. The last duo alive in this game can still make something happen. They were in a very similar situation earlier on. Shots still coming on through. Aqua with one, but he goes down. We'll have to see where they end up as we look to crown our champions. 8 players remaining. 7 different squads. Again, the only duo still left. Cease and Elevate. They're currently at 4 total eliminations. Rojo on the bottom right here screen. The left side, the full lobby left. Arkram still in this 4ZR as well. Keenstar with so little HP. Can't take a bit of storm damage. Cease goes down. Elevate with an elim. Epic Whale raining down shots. Rojo trying to panic build in these last moments. 6 players left in this game.
Still a full duo though. There we go. Elevate goes down. Cease eliminated as well. It's 4 solos remaining. These are the final moments of the duos competition for the Fortnite World Cup. We have 4 players remaining with Arkram sitting in the highest. Rojo seconds to get the build up. Still in the same zone. A quick 180 and he can't quite catch that elimination.
Arkram 1 versus 1. Arkram versus the player up top. There's just no way. There's just no way. Arkram though, 6 elims, but 4ZR in the end will take the final game with the victory royale. 10 placement points earned. What a performance in the final moments right there. As that was our final game. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for all our players today. Here are the last moments again. I mean, there's just no way, Dr. Lupo. 4ZR, health advantage in the zone. Arkram did what he could. Still a beautiful performance. Or 6 eliminations, sorry, and 2nd place in that one. But either way, folks, we'll see exactly how it all plays on out here. There's the replay. My gosh, Dr. Lupo, my heart is racing right now. I can barely put the talk together, I'm not gonna lie.
A valiant effort from Arkram right at the end there to try and hold out the campfire down, but not enough materials and the shots from above from 4ZR. Like you said, material advantage, HP advantage, every advantage in the world. It was his game to win.
Yeah, I'm looking around right now. A lot of people on their feet here in this venue for where we will soon find out who will be crowned the first ever Fortnite World Champion. Who will have their lives changed forever as they win $3 million combined between the two. Millions watching online. Send right now. Tweet out who you think took it home. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get it trending. Who do you think won? I think we've got an idea, but I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything until the official leaderboards come out. I will be kicked off this stage and never allowed back.
Security will actually spear that. Look,
immovable object. Still await the final. But looking back at today, with solo competition still to happen tomorrow, what are your big takeaways from the game we saw?
I think we saw upsets for some teams that a lot of people had talked about were going to go above and beyond gameplay that they'd seen before. That being said, there was a lot of confidence, and you'd love to see that, especially from every player on the stage right now. 100 of the best players of Duo that we have ever seen. They have to realize that they beat every other challenger to get here.
There's an energy in this room right now. I'm looking around. Everyone's cameras ready for when it comes. Again, we're tallying every little bit so we know exactly who won it. Ladies and gentlemen, do you guys want to hear who will be the first ever Fortnite World Champions? I think they do. The results are in. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the first ever Fortnite World Champions, Aqua and Nyrox! 2 victory royales make the difference right there. The win and $3 million, Dr. Lupo. Ladies and gentlemen, again, your new Fortnite World Champions!
Victory Royales, Jack. An incredible day of gameplay for them to look at their faces.
I can't believe it.
No idea.
I cannot believe. Again, you've got to remember.
How do you react to that? How do you react to that, Jack?
They're left in the dark as this loads on up. They have no idea how it's going to break all on down. They are our first ever Fortnite World Champions here for duos. We're going to get you guys the full standings breakdown to see how it all played on out. But again, they take it home. 2 wins make the difference. To be exact, I think exact, 1 point made the difference. 1 elimination across 6 games made the difference. That shows how close these games are.
It says a lot about the score, the skill, and everything, but there it is on your screen. Nyrox, Aqua, $3 million in prizing, and across the top 10 there, incredible. Elevate, Artrum and Falconer, Mongrel and Nitro, Mega and Dubs, Thorox and Item, Zectro and Vinny, and Vato and Skype, your top 10 duos.
And just to reiterate, $3 million for Aqua and Nyrox, $2,250,000 for Rojo and Wolfies. Cease and Elevate, $1.8 million. Saf and Zate, $1.5 million earned. And in 5th, Artrum and Falconer, $900,000. Congratulations to everyone that made it this far to the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Here are our top 20. Remember, folks, do not go anywhere. We still have our trophy presentation to celebrate our winners, Aqua and Nyrox. But a great performance from everyone in the top 20, from everyone who made it to here across the competition. It pays off in a big way.
It's funny to look at a leaderboard like that with all the prizing on the screen. Jack, it almost looks like a typo. Based on everything that we've done in the past, all the competitions for Fortnite that we've had commented together, you see $3 million and you think there's a couple extra zeros, but I assure you folks,
it's correct.
That is correct.
That is correct, and that is the end of the duo competition. But it's now time to crown our champions, to hand over the trophies, and to do that, it's nothing.
This was awesome. Top to bottom, the best Fortnite competition you could possibly ask for. And in the end, one duo reigned supreme. So let's go ahead and make it official right here in the winner's circle. Welcome to the stage, Cooler, Aqua, and Nyrox. Gentlemen, the trophy is yours. Your Fortnite World Champions, Aqua and Nyrox! get your thoughts here real quick and talk to you about this monumental moment in your lives. How does it feel? I know that's a really generic question, man, but you just won $3 million. How do you feel, buddy? Fair enough, fair enough. For you, my friend.
It was awful. I don't know what happened.
Why do you guys think that you're here right now? What happened? What did you end up doing different that separated you from the rest of the pack and allowed you to get in that first place this time?
I think it's and how serious we take it.
That's right. And now, obviously, I understand you do have family that's here as well. You made them very proud. Who are you playing for here today?
Like, for my mom, she always supports me. I don't know what to say. It's insane.
For you, my friend.
All my friends, my family, my father, and the kids.
All right. Well, you're definitely going to have a lot more fans now. You're 2019 Fortnite World Champions, Aqua and Nyrox. Stadium. It has been a wild ride. World champion.
My.
though. Willow, stop. Yeah. Okay. Mom, I don't know how to turn it. It won't do anything. You see the black remote. I used both of them. And nothing's happening.
point.